What's up, y'all? It's James from James and Chris Real Estate. Today's video is a very special video. It's titled How to Use the Law of Attraction to Manifest Your First Home. And if you already own a home, then you can use this video to manifest your second home or your next move up home. But before I get into that, I want to really quickly announce what I'm doing with this channel now. My goal is to do one video a day. Now, the way this is going to work is I need you to understand that I'm a real estate agent and investor first and a YouTuber second. So my time is very limited. The only way I can really pull this off is if I do it all in one take with very little editing, and it's probably going to have to be my first take. So the quality of production is not going to be so high. There might be some times where I slip up and say the wrong thing. I'm just going to keep rolling, okay? But the value that I want to deliver is hopefully of good value to you, and that's going to make up for the low quality production. So anyway, let me get right into it and start with the law of attraction, right? And how you can use that, the law of attraction, to manifest dream home. But before I get into that, you got to understand what that is. And simply put, the law of attraction states that when you think about something, you create a thought vibration that then begins to attract what it is that you think about into your life. So you think about car accidents long enough, that's going to be attracted into your life. It might not happen to you, but you might see it more often, right? And same thing with anything that you want to accomplish. The more you focus on your goals, the more likely you will be to achieve those goals. So with that said, how do we use it to buy our first house? The first step, I broke it up into 3 steps. So the first step is you want to know exactly what it is and why you want that thing. So in this situation, we're talking about a house. We want to buy a house, we want to own it, and have the title in our name. And the reason why is going to be very different for each individual. Right now you might be renting and you have a feeling every time you pay your rent that you're just throwing money down the drain, a feeling of being wasteful. Or you might also have a feeling of missing out, right? The famous FOMO, fear of missing out, when you see the home prices go up, 40% in Austin or 20% in Houston in a single year. You have this feeling of, man, if I only bought a house 1 year ago. So what we need to do is identify what it is that we want buying a house and the reason why. So in this situation, you might have one of your reasons will be, oh, I don't want to feel like I'm missing out. I want to feel like I'm financially secure. And then really focus on that feeling. What would it feel like if instead of putting your money towards rent, you're putting it into a forced savings account? And what if instead of feeling like you're missing out, you're feeling like you're riding the wave of appreciation in real estate? How would that feel? And then you need to dwell in that feeling. So number 1, what do you want and why? Very important. The second thing that we want to do is to start taking action, right? Knowing what we want and why we want is a great start, but the next thing we need to do is take action. But there's not any specific action that we need to take. It's going to be different for every person. So I wrote down a list of some ideas that you can maybe think about and maybe implement them, but this is just a starting list of ideas that you might want to consider when you're starting to take action. So maybe one of the hurdles or obstacles in your way is your credit. So a simple action item is to just type into the YouTube search, how to fix my credit, and start watching some of those videos and take action on some of the items, some of the things that you learn. Okay, another action item might be to simply go to open houses. Take a look on the inside of some of these houses that are available for sale. Ask the realtor about the price and how you can actually own one of these houses. He'll tell you the different loan options and what it actually takes to buy that house. Visit the new communities, the new builds. Every new new home community has a sales office where you can walk into and look at the model homes, ask about the pricing, ask about how you can actually move forward on purchasing one of these homes. Okay, and if finances is one of the issues, maybe you feel like you're in a position where you don't have the financial resources, the next action item might be to clearly write out an income and expense sheet so you know, are you in the red? Are you losing money every month, or are you gaining money every month? And if so, how much? And how long would it take, based off how much you're gaining each month, how long would it take to save up for a down payment and closing costs? Your second action item might be to have a garage sale to raise funds. It might be to get a second job or a side hustle. So these are some just ideas, broad ideas. It's going to be different for every person, but the second major important step is to take action. Okay, that's how you start getting the law of attraction to work for you. And the third and final step, and I feel like this is so important, is to have an attitude of openness. Okay, so when we think about these things, if we're closed off to our set way of doing things, like it has to be this way, then we might miss out on the opportunity that is brought to our attention. So to combat this, I want you to adopt a default yes attitude. Okay, whenever somebody invites you to a birthday party or to a get together, have a default yes attitude. Like, I'm going to say yes no matter what, unless this is a really bad thing for me to do. Okay, now be careful when it comes to purchasing anything, right? We're trying to raise funds to buy a house. So with a purchase, maybe no, you don't want to adopt this attitude. But if it's a free class, say yes to it, right? If it's a coffee date from a coworker or anyone like that, say yes to it. The default yes attitude, I think, is going to go a long way to opening yourself up to what the world is trying to give to you. So in conclusion, number one, what is the what, the thing that you want, and why do you want it? Identify that clearly and dwell in that feeling. Okay. Number two, take action on whether it's a small item or a big item like getting pre-qualified. Take action. And number three, adopt an attitude of openness, a default yes mentality. And I believe if you do these three things, you will start to attract the house that you want and start to feel the feeling of ownership when you finally get the keys and move into your house. So hope this video is helpful. If it is, hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.